We're eventually going to get in here and walk this cornfield, but I'm holding off to walk this until Debbie's here. You got to share this. You know, you can't just be a glutton and try to do everything on your own. Deb put a lot of labor into this, and I haven't walked the bean field, and I'm not going to. I'm walking the places that she probably won't want to walk. But eventually we'll get in here and walk these corn rows and see if there's any antlers in there. Hopefully there'll be a lot. If not, it's a learning curve. So that's for another day. Well, I'll tell you, you find antlers sometimes in unpredictable places. Mother Nature was calling, and she was calling loud, so I had to fertilize the terra firma. And then when I looked up, I couldn't believe I was only like 5 yards from this. This is pretty hard. This is total observation. And you can see that antler has been there for quite a while. Try to get out of the light of it. It's completely grown up in grass. So let's ungrass this or unearth it right along with one another. Oh, you notice the grass is completely grown over. Just those tips were sticking out. Pure white. What's the odds of finding that? Wow, he's been there a while. But that's a treasure. I probably got poop stains in my underwear, and I got a poop stain rack. So that's what I'll call that. Poop stain. Wow. You never know. I don't know if you can see it, but I just found an antler after 3 hours of walking, and that's what it takes. Let's walk up here, we'll step it off from where we're at. 1, 2, 3, 19, 20, 21. 21 yards. It's a small guy, but you know, some days you eat the chicken, some days you eat the feathers, but it's all chicken. Yeah, you found that right along with me today, with a little guy, but seed stock, 1.5 years. And it's an antler find. Good drawer handle. There's some carnage for you. A little half-rack buck. Some clown probably shot him. Thought he was shooting something big. Oh, you never know. Well, yesterday on the 12th of February, today the 13th, I showed you that one set of that big buck on that I found, or we videotaped on January 1st. Well, yesterday I found 2 more sheds that was there, and I didn't realize that they was a matching set also. Now they were probably 2011's deer, but these racks match up perfect. Typical 10-pointer, everything about them, as you can see, was really, really symmetrical. The brow tines, you turn them around from the back, there you go, he's probably about that size. It just, everything about it tells me that that was the same deer that shed those. And there again, I found those, the first one I found was in those little, looked like, hazelnuts. And it was this one, and it had some chew marks on it. And then I found this one the last one of the evening. And there again, these two were probably 1/8 of a mile apart, 220 yards, something like that. But as you can see, It's really a find when you find those like that. Persistence pays off. Had I not walked all that time yesterday, I wouldn't have found this one. I don't, you know, I found right over yonder a few years ago, me and Deb found a perfect set with a deer laid in his bed and knocked him right off. But that's on the rare side. And you just got to stay out in your timbers. And when you find these, take them with a grain of salt. But like I say, if you don't get anything, if you don't find any antlers, you still spend a nice day in the timber. So once again, that's it. Signing off the non-typical knower walk-in full of nonsense. Well, here we are. Valentine's Day. Very special day in our lives. Deb's trying to get under there. Get out of my way, the bionic lady. Just don't let that come backwards. Get your stick. Oh boy. This is a good find. We'll take you right with us. Pretty thick. Oh my. Now, this is classic right here, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute, Deb. Wait a minute. This is classic. You just seen in the last 2 days what can happen. And this, lo and behold, is how it can happen. It don't get no better than that right there. Matching set. Laying right there. Beautiful 8-pointer. What do you think, Deb?
You're cool.
That February 14th. The buck must have bedded right there. And that's at least, well, you've got some damage done on that one brow tine. But,
yeah, that was old.
Huh? Yeah, he broke that. It's been broke. But,
I think he was near the trail.
Huh?
There's a trail coming up from the first right here.
Yeah.
It must have just came up here and it just fell off.
Well, whatever.
Yep.
First find, we've been out for less than an hour.
Yep, good thing we came down here.
Probably got him on film somewhere.
Probably.
It's a Valentine's Day present.
Yep.
Yeah, I spotted those antlers from over here, and that's actually on a north-facing slope. And they probably came up from that creek down there, or bedded there or something, but both of them fell off at the same time. That's really rare. But you can see how thick this is in here. Well, let's get on with it. Find another one?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Walk out there and get that one. Not that far out. It's a little muddy out there. Deb's going out. We just came to the Borascas, and it's on an open field. Let's see. What is it? Pretty cool. Well, still fine.
Gonna walk around the edge?
Oh, we could.
You feel like it?
Yeah. Well, here we are. The wind's blowing a little bit. Deb just found another antler. This is the 16th day of February. And I think this is almost to match the other little one that we found. We found one 2 days ago on the 14th. Deb just found another one. And well, you know, that's what it's all about right there. Hope they get it. There we go. Yeah.
Except me like this one with a peanut butter on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I say, that could be, I don't know whether that's to match that other one, but it's an antler and it was found on the bean field.
Yep.
We hadn't been here, well, 10 minutes.
Yep.
All right, that's the first one.
Yep.
This bean field has really been gleaned. Very little bean left on it at all. So it's getting down about they'll start eating the pods and stuff if they had to. But look at that. That's a pretty good find for the first one. Well, what do you think? We walked the bean field and the cornfield. That wasn't too much for our effort, was it?
No.
Well, that one little antler, you know, you assume that nobody else already gleaned the field, but
I didn't see any footprints.
yeah, well, you know, frost, frozen ground, but I don't, you know. So that means they're in the bush. So we got our work cut out. So if you people think you have a, we thought we would find more antlers than that, but it's a learning curve and you learn right along with us. So it's not always a given. You'd think they would shed more antlers in there, but in this case they didn't. So keep on searching. Here's what's really intriguing. I've walked now for 2 days and found literally no antlers. And last week, that white object in there, that would have been an antler last week. Now it just looks like a piece of bark. You don't know how blessed you are when you traverse this much bush or brush, depending on what country you live in. Brush in our country, bush in people north of the border. It's really intriguing. There's no guarantees. That's why when you find the smallest of the smallest or the biggest of the big, you should really feel fortunate. Yeah, there's some deer hair there, as you can see. And there's a leg bone up there. There must be a dead deer around here somewhere. And as you can see, once again, very little, if any, went to waste. Well, there's a little buck skull there. He's an old one. Been there for a while. Froze down in the ground. Can't get him out. Break the antler off, I suppose. Might just leave him lay until spring. And, I know where this tree is, so. But I tried to wheedle on him and he froze down to the ground. I'm afraid to break the antler off, so with that in mind, I'll probably just leave it alone. There's a little possum here. Some things you find dead and some things you find alive. This old guy here, he's gonna move on. Oh, let him go. Don't bother him. Well. After 4 days of fruitless hunting, I finally found an antler. It's laying over there on that hillside there. Right in front of that. Should be laying across that ditch right in there. Right there it is. Wow. Sometimes you just have to change paces and places, and for 4 fruitless days, ever since Valentine's Day, this is Wednesday, the 20th, was searching for, come up with nothing. But here, I just moved over here and I haven't been hunting for 5 minutes. Haven't even been hunting for 5 minutes. And I found this antler laying over here on this hill. Let's go get it. That's a fresh one from this year also. Well, like I say, you almost want to give up. And you walk and you walk and the hours you walk and then bam, you never know where the next one's going to be. And there she lays. All right, nice little 8-pointer. Yep. We're on a south-facing slope. That's why I came over here. I scared some deer out of here earlier in January, so I knew they were bedding over here. And 4 days. If that had been food, I'd have been really hungry. Well, I guess I just found another one. This one has to be an old one. It's mostly covered up. I'll tell you what. I've really did a lot of walking. I think little bits of it right there. Yeah, that one is probably from last year. But oh boy, two within less than an hour. Wednesday the 20th. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. They're out there, folks, and pure determination is what's found these. You know, it's funny. My tree stand is right there in that cedar tree, and I'm not 20 yards from that shed that we just picked up. So I could have seen that all fall along, but I didn't see it. I don't know. You can see that impression or depression in the leaves there. It always makes you wonder what was there. Was it a buck, a doe, staying here all by itself? Oh, possibly there was another bed up here just north of my glove. So chances are it was a doe and a yearling. But for you people that really want a challenge, I've been walking for over a week now in the southern hardwoods of Iowa. I found 3 matching sets and a few singles. It beats staying in a beer joint, listen to the same drunk tell the same story over and over again for a week. But there's no guarantees, but the one guarantee it is your next shed is just over the next hill. And you gotta keep believing that, because you're literally hunting for a needle in a haystack. It makes you wonder, hunter or past. The old tree stand, they've been hunting this timber here for a long time. Huh. Wonder where the hunter of the future is. And this is one of those days that it's white and it stands out in the brown field, and it's going to take me home, and it sure in hell ain't no antler. So after a week, I pretty paid my dues. What I found, I found. What I didn't find, stays. Well, it's did a little snowing down here in Clark County. Down here looking on these south-facing slopes. It's pretty warm out today. And, see what we can find. If we can find anything. A lot of deer tracks. Oh man, I ain't believing what I'm seeing. Right up underneath of that little cedar tree where all that snow's melted off. There is one huge antler up there. Yeah, man, oh man, this is what makes your whole season. There's deer crap all over in here. And it's on a south-facing slope. And look at that shed. Wow. Let's walk up there and see what this is all about. Holy moly. That is a shed. That's what makes you go shed hunting, folks. I'd walked previous to this. Wow, see, I walked Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. I walked for over 3 days. I've only found a couple small ones the last time I was out, just before the snowstorm. And I'm out here today, and I've probably got about, an hour and a half in. But look at this. Look at this. Would you look at this thing? Oh my God. That is an antler. That is a typical 12-point, fresh shed, laying right in here in this clump of cedar trees on a south-facing slope, in and out of the wind. It probably laid right in here in that storm. Oh man, that is one of the best sheds I've ever found. And you know, I know there's people that find bigger ones than that every year, but I don't know the conditions they find them in. But right there, I'm sure that's that big 12-pointer that I've got on video. I know that's that big 12-pointer that I got on video. I'm almost positive of it. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Well, that's what it's all about. And here again, it's on that south-facing slope where I found those other antlers at the other day. And they like to come in here and bed down on this side hill. And that's where I found that one, I believe, the night before the storm. So that would have been, let's see, it's Wednesday, and today's Sunday. And you can see how this is all burned off in here. And then to find that caliber of a shed, I get out of the way, I'm in the shadow. That's just amazing. That makes my year right there. Right there.